All right, good evening, Councilwoman. How you doing?
Good evening,
All right,
Charles.
thanks for coming tonight.
Good to see
All
you.
right, good
Thanks.
to see you. Okay, these are questions from the audience. What data points should Philadelphia residents use to measure quality of life?
So I think life expectancy, health and well-being, that is very important to me. I think it's profoundly essential, and I'm glad that Dr. Liebhart, you're here on this stage, because honestly, I don't think we talked enough about health. But you know, it is horrifying. The life expectancy differences between two zip codes less than half a mile apart can be, you know, 20 to 25 years or more. And we're the largest city in the country that doesn't even have a public hospital network. So yes, I am going to make life expectancy and the health and well-being of people of all ages to be a #1 priority for me. I want to make sure that whether it's a young teenager living in North Philadelphia or whether it is a mom who is trying to get health care from an institution for her baby to be born healthy and whole, that those things are measured and that we are held accountable to that as a city. I think there's no question that I'm going to be focused in on and to me that's related directly to safety. It's just that, you know, homicides and these things, I need not just for homicides to go down, I need the health and well-being of individuals to rise. Because those two things, you can see the homicides go down and you cannot see an improvement in health and well-being of our neighborhoods and communities. I've got to see that truly rise, and then I'll know we'll be a better city. Education and the education of our young people, absolutely. And then I would like to see a 50% growth in the number of businesses that are here in Philadelphia as well.
Okay, next question. Philadelphia is still technically a majority black city. Are you pro-black? What will you do specifically for black people?
Well, I am very proud to have had all of my policy agendas in City Council led by a black woman. I am very proud that my outreach and all of my work in terms of reaching people have been led for my city council body by black leaders. I'm very proud that everything that I have, all the work that we've done, whether it's around schools or around eviction prevention or the fight for a fair work week and basic labor rights that are due to people, have been led by black and brown people all over the city of Philadelphia. So that answer is yes. I am pro-black. I hope that I can demonstrate it, and I hope that it's not just me up here saying it, but that it's a 30-year track record of having done it.
Right. If you become mayor, what would you do for the thousands of renters that have a plethora of issues from landlords that the city of Philadelphia give licenses to and never check to make sure their properties are habitable and that they maintain their properties?
Yes, thank you for asking that question from anyone in the audience. So, you know, Philadelphia has to change. You know, we are a city that has, a lot of new renters. In fact, I think we've tipped over 50%. And this is a community that deserves to have rights and protections. And our protections right now are really behind almost every other major American city. And so I would like to make sure that we are working in concert with communities, with landlord associations and others to make sure that we find a really robust place for people to say that this is a place that they can live. I do think I'm very proud of the work that we've done on the eviction prevention work. It's not just about stopping evictions. We've created over 4 years a bi-monthly table that continues to meet on a regular basis that has a large group of advocates, city agencies, landlord associations that are continuing to figure out this landscape. I do hope that we have a vibrant city council and a new leadership within the administration that takes on the challenges of rising rents and other types of things and makes sure that we are building a city that remains affordable, that remains housing first, and that we ensure that the people who really need and are priced out of markets are going to find a place to call home.
All right, thank you. Next question. Your stance is anti-charter school, but you started a charter school that benefited your kids. You claimed to condemn the Union League, but then you attended an event there. These are two examples of your hypocrisy. How can Philadelphians and especially Black Philadelphians, trust you?
Yes. So I would say I'm pro-public education, and I'm pro-education and pro-child. And what I will say is that, as I said before about the Union League, I have made it very clear that attending an event there sent the wrong message. And, I have fought for safe and inclusive spaces all my life. I have fought Ron DeSantis' policies long before they ever made their way over to the Union League. I have a lifetime of fighting for immigrant rights, for civil and voting rights here in the city of Philadelphia, for making sure that there are protections for LGBT and especially trans youth. And I will continue as mayor to make sure that Ron DeSantis' policies never ever become normalized in this city that we call home. And I hope I have the grace to be judged on a track record of 30 years. We will let people decide that.
All right. What will you do in the first 100 days to address the drug crisis in Kensington?
So the drug crisis in Kensington, is serious. It's obviously something that has not come up over, a short period of time, but it has to end under my administration. The open-air drug markets and other things have to come to a close, and reclaiming Kensington and other places as neighborhoods that should be for neighbors. But I'm also very clear that this is not just about marshallization or anything like that. What Kensington lacks and what cities all across the Philadelphia lack is a real investment in those communities. So for my 100 days, I hope the first things that people see are, one, we are cleaning up right away, that we are delivering city services. I think every civic and public space is immediately opened up and put into vibrant use. That includes making sure that McPherson Square is maybe an outpost for another part of City Hall. It's making sure that our neighbors there know that I don't consider Kensington just be a Kensington problem. It's not only just a city problem, it's a regional issue. And I'm gonna try to work with communities and members there to make sure that happens. But I am also gonna emphasize, especially for this community, because there was a really powerful story written in the former public school notebook, Chalkbeat, about elementary school kids who are walking to and from Gloria Casara's elementary school. And these are children who are, they're in kindergarten and 10 years old, and they are articulating out some of the things that they are witnessing. I want safe passage to and from school. And if that means that we're using SEPTA or new school buses to get kids moving back and forth, or if we're utilizing SEPTA, town watches, our police department and our school district, to say that this city shuts down between 7 to 9 a.m. and 3 to 5 p.m. so that our kids know that all eyes are on them, and that at least for this amount of time, if we stop what we're doing and we make sure our kids get to and from school safely, I don't think we're just a safer city. I think we're a better society.
Do one more?
One more.
Do one more. And then
In May last year, Philadelphians voted by a margin of 72-28% to approve an amendment to the Home Rule Charter to expand and place qualifications on the Zoning Board of Adjustment. Did you support this measure? And how do you see it impacting the city during your term as mayor?
So I think that one of the things that I hope we can do with zoning, which is a very complicated issue in the city of Philadelphia, again, I want our city to be seen in a much more proactive, unified, aggressively planned light. I would like us to have common rules that go across communities and neighborhoods. I would like to see developers held accountable for the promises that they make in any kind of thing, and not to see like parcel by parcel kinds of exceptions to things. It's as mayor, I hope that the strength of our city will be the ability to not have things be just parcel by parcel zoning. Will rely on a really strong mayor who is able to deliver a really strong vision on planning, development, protections for communities, so that we can remain long-term here, but also allow vibrant growth, because we got to grow Philadelphia, and we can't be afraid of any of that.
All right.
Councilwoman. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you, WURD, and thank you, former council
you,
member
everybody.
Gym, for your public service. I have one last question for you. I've asked everyone this. If elected mayor, would you come back to a room like this with these people for an annual performance review?
If the room is like this, absolutely.
All right.